So I'm going to color up my snowman. I'm going to use this BV04 along with some other frosty looking colors, BG000 and BG10. I'm just going to make the darkest in the little corners of my snowman. I want to make a night scene. That's why I'm making my snowman a little bit dark, because I wanted him to look like he's in shadow. So I'm going to put some shadows under his scarf and on the side here, underneath his scarf. And then under his nose. We'll do the same for this guy. We're going to put some shadowing under his hat, under his nose, and on the corners here. And then underneath him. So I'm just going to go all the way around. We'll put some down here on this guy, like so. I'm going to do the same for him. I'm going to see if I could squeeze him into the scene. So just going right under the rim of his hat. And then under his nose, under his scarf, and then on the bottom of his. Okay, so now I'm going to soften these colors out, BG 000 and BG10. And let's see what the BG10 does. Okay, I like the BG10. I'm going to get rid of the BG 000. And I want something in between that's going to be a little bit lighter. So I'm going to do BV20. This is a dull lavender color. So I like the two combination here, the BV20 and the BV04. It makes a nice shadow color here. I like this. And then I'll add in the lighter color for a frosty look. But first, let's just blend these two out. And I'm going to take that BG10 and then just give it a little frosty look. Blend that right in there. Now the trick to this is to leave a lot of white space. That way it still gives it the illusion that these are white snowmen, just with a lot of shading or shadow, a lot of shadow. Because I'm going to make a night scene with like the moon is glowing, or maybe there's Christmas lights glowing on them. And then I take my Zero blender and then just blend out the edges so it kind of fades into the white. I forgot to blend out his nose under there. Go back. Okay, so we have our frosty snowman. Now let's do the orange for their little carrot noses. So I've got YR68 and YR04. You can use any orange combination that you prefer. I don't have too many oranges, so I just use what I have. Okay, I'd like to give them some rosy cheeks. So let's do R83 and R81. I want to fade the hearts from red to pink, actually. So let me take a red, got R27, and I'm just going to do the bottoms in red. And take the R83. And then finish it off with R81. Okay, so let's work on the rest of this. So I have a large Slimline card base here that measures. So my large Slimline card base measures, when it's closed, 8.5 by 3.5. So you would cut your sheet of paper to 8.5 by 7 and then score it down the middle. So I am putting some layers on here using an LDRS die. So we have a scallop, and this is kind of monochromatic, kind of. The card base part of it is these layers, I should say. So all of this is going to be layered up together. So I'm going to go ahead and add some glue. I am going to use up the rest of my art glitter glue. I have just a tiny bit left. So let's see if it hasn't dried out. I think this is done with. It's just like watery coming out. So that one is done. Let's get rid of that. Okay, I'm using my Barely Art Precision Craft Glue that is now available in the shop. This is my favorite glue to use. I love the precision tip that it comes with. So we are just going to center this on our card base, and then we'll go ahead and layer the next piece. I'm going to put my magnets on there so it can dry nice and flat and help me hold it down as this adheres. And then we're going to put our little squares in. So this, I took the paper from the Winter Blues paper pad. So this gorgeous paper pad that is now available under the Paper Pad Clubs. So you'll see that under subscriptions. There's a section in the shop that says subscriptions, and then you'll see Paper Pad Club. So you can purchase it as a one-time purchase. But if you do purchase the Paper Pad Club, as monthly, you'll get the 18% discount. So you get 2 paper pads for a great price. The paper is high quality. It's printed on 80-pound cardstock. It's uncoated. You can see there is just a little shine to it from the inks that are printed on it, but it is a nice paper. If you had purchased our paper early on when we first started making paper pads, It was on a coated paper. It's very shiny and kind of slippery. Nice paper, but we have a new manufacturer, so we'll let that dry for a little bit. As that's drying, I wanted to color up the tree and the fence with you. So the colors that I chose for the tree are BG99, G99, G94, and G24. And then this is how they turned out. So I'll show you exactly how to get that look. So I took the darkest one, which was the BG99, and I just made little flicks. So I started from the bottom, and I just made little flicks going upward on each section of these little points. And now it does not have to be perfect at all. When you add all the layers, you will see that. Now you're going to take your second darkest, which is the G99, and then I just go over exactly where I left off. You know, your strokes might be getting thicker here. They don't have to be exactly right on top of it. But see how everything is getting thicker. Now I'm going to do G94. Same thing. Making my strokes thicker. Kind of filling in some of that white space now. And then my last is the G24. And this one, I'm just going to fill everything in. And I'm just going to go ahead and color the rest in. Okay, now you could definitely just leave your tree like that, or you could do some more detailed work. So if you want to take it to the next level, get your darkest out BG99. And we're going to do some thinner strokes for some more detail and just go over with some thin strokes. And then just go back with all of your colors with some thinner strokes. And then I'm just going to go back with the lightest and just do some thin strokes. I'm not going to paint over the whole thing. I don't want to wash out my strokes, so I'm just going to do some thin strokes going all the way down the tree here. Okay, so there's our tree. It looks super beautiful. Now I'm going to take a white Jelly Roll pen and add the little snow. But first let's work on the brown. So I'm going to do the little stem in the same color as the fence, E79. I'm just going to have my darkest on one side of the stem and just go straight down. And then that was E77 and now E74. Okay, so now I'm going to do the fence, but I'm going to bring in a different color so it doesn't wash out the stem on the little arms and on the tree. So let's get another color in here. How about E47? I could mix that in there so we get a different shade of brown. So I'm going to do the E79, and I'm just going to make little fence marks. You know, those little knots in the fence, some squiggly lines going down, some knots. This is just fun to do. Not necessary, of course, you know, but if you want to just have some fun, make some texture on the fence, I think this is fun. And then you can do it going this way. So I'm just going to go down the line with my colors here. So we got E77. And I'm going to go over those little textures that I did. Just making my lines a little thicker each time. So I think the E47 is a little bit too similar, so let me get something that's a little lighter. E23. So I'm going to fill in the rest with this color. Oh, it's all dried out. I'm going to use E35. This one's getting pretty dry as well. Okay, so there is my fence. So now you take your white Jelly Roll pen, and I'm making big circles, little circles, just dotting on. So it looks whimsical this way. It doesn't look like you made like polka dots. And they don't even have to be perfectly round. So there is my tree all done. So I think that turned out really cute. I'm gonna cut out the rest and then we'll put this card together. I'm kind of playing with my layout, but I think I want a little bit more color on my card base. So I think I'm gonna take these sprays. I have a blue, Hawaiian blue, and a Tiffany blue, and I'm gonna just spray the two panels. I think I'm gonna take these images off, cover up this a little bit, and then just spray this. Give it some color. I have a dedicated splatter box here, and I'm just going to cover up the squares a little bit so I don't get this all over that. And then I'm just going to spray on. Hopefully this looks okay. And of course, these do get clogged up at times, so I might have to just open up the bottle and just spritz it on or tap it on. This one seems to be clogged up. So I'm just going to tap this one on to get a variation of blue color. So I love sprinkles anyways. Cover that up a little bit. Okay, so I just splattered on some of these sprays. This one's a little bit clogged, so I just took the sprayer off and just tapped on the color. So we'll let this dry and see how this turns out. Let's start gluing down our images. I want this one to the left. Okay, so I want the Christmas tree over here. I'm going to ground the images with the little snowbanks. Now you could use this image as clouds too. These whimsical inkling images are just adorable. So I'm going to ground my tree with the sentiment. Now I'm going to dress up the card with the stars. These are going to act like my sequence. So I took out the mix that you get with your box, and I'm just going to pick out the little round silver pieces. And I'm just going to glue those on just for some added shine and interest. So now I'm going to get out some glitter, my stickles, and I just want to add a little bit to the little pom-pom of the hat and on these little earmuffs. I want to add some to the heart, maybe a few dots to the tree. Just sparkle it up some. And then I want to take my Nouveau Crystal Glaze, you can use glossy accents, and make those little orange noses shiny. So my Nouveau Crystal Glaze comes out really liquidy, so I don't even squeeze it. I just tap it on, let it fall onto my image actually. There, that's gonna look so cute. So there's the finished card. Isn't that adorable? So thanks so much for supporting, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye, guys.